Elden Ring Nightreign is a good game, I think. Kind of. Yeah, the solo experience is rough. It is rough. It can be really difficult playing by yourself. I think it's difficult playing with other players as well. You know, FromSoft finally came up with the hardest challenge, making friends, having good friends who can actually play this game. It's rough. And playing with randoms, there's no way of communication. You can't tell randoms what you want. So, I don't think it's released in the best state it could be. But, you know, I don't have that problem. I'm very good at From Software games. I don't need friends to clear Nightreign. I don't need friends to beat a single boss in the game. I can do it myself. Me and my goat, the Raider. So originally I had a really nice talking segment, voiceover segment, going over my mistake, my downfall, why my first run wasn't very good. I'm looking at my editing software right now, and I'm realizing, you know, it's a lot. It's longer than I want it to be. So we're just gonna speed run the first run. I went into camp and killed some rats, and then almost died to some rats. I killed this random guy, I just didn't like the way he looked. I got ambushed by rats, again, killed those rats, again, killed this guy. Went to the mines, killed this guy too, and then I died like a goober to the easiest boss in the game. So the first run went pretty bad. There's a lot of things I did wrong there that could have been fixed. Honestly, it's not even the game's fault. It's not the game's fault, it's my fault. I could have played better, but I was just testing the waters. That was my first run of the day. Technically the first run of the day. The first recorded run of the day. You know, so you gotta get things going. You snowball. You don't go up immediately. You gotta go down and then up. Coming into run 2, my spawn location is pretty good this time. I noticed I spawned next to a holy weapon drop pretty quickly. So I figured, you know what, things are gonna go great. So I just kind of did what you always do on your first 5 minutes. I just started killing stuff. After all that, I was heading into the mines. I got pretty lucky and I got the anchor, which is my favorite weapon by far. So I got my smithing stone from the mine. I was going to this merchant over here. You can upgrade your weapons to the merchants as long as you have your thing, your smithing stone. While I was here, I figured I should fight the boss. I'm low level. I need to do this. So I go in here. Of course, it's the Crystallion or whatever. Pretty lucky that Raider is a physical character, so the Crystallion is, you know, whatever. I was coming up to this jail because I picked up a stone jail key from the castle the Crystallion was in. And I got pretty lucky with this jail as well. I got another really easy enemy. Omens are super easily stunned by Raider. It feels like every weapon that Raider uses just easily breaks their poise or whatever you call it. So this one goes really fast. I kill this guy immediately. After that, I think I was going to kill a scarab. I saw one on the map, so I figured, you know, let me go get this thing. I got no talismans, so I better go do this. I couldn't find it. I kept on checking the map, and then I ran into Leone Misbegotten out here. He was the world boss, or the world boss in this area. So I just went ahead and killed him. You know, nothing but benefits to doing this. I was pretty confident that he wouldn't kill me. After killing Leone, I was hightailing it to the zone. Pretty convenient timing. The storm started coming in as soon as I started fighting him. So I got here, I started looking around, trying to map out my route. And then the corner of my eye, I see him. I see that big-ass dragon. Pretty lucky spawn for me, honestly. The fact that one of the better world bosses to fight is right next to the current circle. So I had my route in mind for day 2. Which, spoilers, yes, I make it to day 2 on this one. I'm actually successful. And then, funny enough, the boss is the same exact boss from the first time. I don't know why, I only ran into him today. This is the first Night Lord, so I'm supposed to be running into... There's also the Demi-Human Queen Maggie / Swordmaster, whatever. It didn't fight them at all. I only fought the Bell-Bearing Hunter. Which is fine, you know, he's pretty easy, all things considered. So I don't struggle as much on this run, I'll tell you that. I beat the Bell-Bearing Hunter, day 2 starts, and I'm running. I need to get to that dragon, I need to get those runes. Little did I know at the time that going for this dragon was actually a huge mistake. Ginormous mistake. I'm not sure if you saw the subtle foreshadowing when I was saying it was a huge mistake, but so I'm fighting the dragon, things are looking okay, and then he knocks me back. And then another world boss is just there. He's just chilling. He's been there the entire time. In the background, you could see him in all the clips. The red wolf was there this whole time. So now everything's messing up. I go behind here to use my Estus. I get hit by the fire again. I go to run away. This dude nearly hits me. Look at that. Oh my god. It's terrible. It's going absolutely horrendous. But I figured, you know, let me lure this dragon out of here. If I can get him away from the wolf, then I can take on both of them separately, and things will be great. I got the dragon without much issue. The wolf really didn't bother us. And then the worst mistake of the run, I pick up this upgrade, Gradual Restoration by Flask. I thought that it would be something completely different. Here's me testing it out. I thought the Gradual Restoration by Flask meant that the flask, as long as you had stuff in it, it would gradually restore your HP. I was very wrong, and this upgrade, this dumbass upgrade, ruined a lot. The wolf here, he kind of kicks my ass. I have a pretty tough time hitting him. He's so fast, you know, and it's such a wide open space. It makes it really tough for my guy to hit him. You can see I get hit so much by him. I try and use my flask, but the gradual restoration isn't too good. But things are looking okay. I got into half health. You know, I'm starting to think, I think I got this. I think I can finish him off. And then that happens. And then he just wombo combos me. You know, that's how it goes, I guess, but I remember it being pretty bad in the moment. And then I run over and finish him off, you know, easy. So after that, I was heading to the big castle in the middle of the map. I told myself I'm what, level 8? I can probably take on the basement boss and the very top boss. I was extremely wrong, because the Royal Revenant comes out, and he's a royal pain in my ass. This is just 5 minutes of struggle, me versus the Revenant. I don't think I even beat him in this clip. Ouch. First death to the Revenant. Spoilers, I think I died 2 more times. He's that bad. I'm not too sure where this clip is heading right now, but at some point he starts spawn camping me, and if I had my real life commentary to this, or my real time commentary when I was playing this, I was very mad. Oh, here we go. Here's me running into the hallway. I thought that this would save me. I thought, you know, he's not going to chase me down here. I'm going to be just fine. I can go in here, and he's going to get stuck. So he starts whacking me. My Estus Flask there, you know, it's actually not too bad of an upgrade, the gradual thing. It kind of helped me there. But now, yeah, here we go. Here's me in the hallway again. He still won't leave. And then he just does 3 unblockable, undodgeable attacks because of the narrow hallway. And then we go back to my third life, and he's still there. He's not leaving. I have to use my ult here to just fix things. And there you go, I finally get him. But this guy sucked. I was stuck here for... I wasted a good 3 minutes there. So now we're just I had to leave the castle completely because I had no time. And I decided, you know, this worm, the magma worm, is right there next to the zone. We can see it. So I just speedrun killing this guy, and then we get straight to the boss. And then the boss is Margit. Now, I'm level 10, and I'm thinking, you know what, I got this. I don't think Margit is all that tough. I really don't. Listen, I don't. I think he's pretty easy to beat. Both his first appearance in Stormveil and his last. But then this right here, this is just unfortunate. I have 0 flask. I messed up my dodge in that knife throw. And then something tragic is about to happen. Look at that. I missed a dodge by a second. I sat there defeated. I really only had the time to record 2 runs for the video. I didn't want to do another. I didn't want to do a third. I figured that 2 runs would be enough. I thought I would beat the game twice. Beat the Night Lord twice. I could challenge 2 Night Lords in one video. I could get so many views. Were my dreams of beating Nightreign solo truly over? Only I can fly high enough. I couldn't be done here, so I load up another run. So day 1 went really well, as we saw. I hope that part was cool. I'm very concerned that if I get more than 2 views on this, FromSoft will copyright strike me. Day 1 went great. I have this cool ability where when I walk, I send these wraiths out. Really cool. So I cleaned up house, got those perfumers, which means it's time for round 2 for the bell-bearing hunter. I started off like I always do. I use my ult, I get him trapped in there. Accidentally reset my camera. Best part of the game, right? Love it. Almost died the same exact way, the same exact move that I died from earlier. So that was good. A really good start. And there we go! Bell-bearing hunter down. My revenge sated. And now it's time for day 2. And let me tell you, day 2... day 2 doesn't go how I want it to go. So at this point, I killed the tree spirit when things went great. I was heading over to this church to grab another Estus, which, you know, with the Raider playstyle, you really gotta have a lot of flask. You need a lot. I was checking my items, I was making sure I had good stuff, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to the castle. I'm doing the castle in the middle, and nothing is gonna stop me. I had pretty good weapons at this point. Really good weapons at this point. So, nothing's gonna stop me. I'm killing the basement, and I'm killing the top guy. The third run, I need to go all out. And then, I was shocked, appalled, surprised, disgusted, every emotion all at once. Another revenge match in the same run. The Red Wolf of the King Consort. I needed to get my revenge. And yet again, another revenge sated. Things, I keep on saying this, but things are looking pretty okay so far. You know, 2 revenge matches, both won, by the way, effortlessly. I'm level 9, I'm heading up to the top of the tower. I'm like, you know what? I don't know who's up there, but I'm gonna kick his ass. Yeah, so then I go up there, and then I just get my ass whooped for like 5 straight minutes. So, coming off my last death, I gave up. I wasn't defeating this stupid-ass Blackblade Kindred ever. Never in a million years. Blackblade Kindred is the Blackblade, nemesis. I don't know. He's the worst. One of the worst bosses ever. Not even in Nightreign, just in the game. If I did a top 10 list right now of the top 10 worst bosses in Elden Ring, Blackblade Kindred would be far up there. He'd be up there with most of the Shadow of the Erdtree bosses. I think he's worse than the Erdtree bosses. At least the Erdtree bosses are cool. Midra, he goes like, the depths of your foolishness, and then he attacks you with the big ass sun. Yeah, it's a one-shot, but like, it's cool. Mesmer, you know, whatever. The dancing lion dude, come on. Anyways, at this point, things are looking really bad. I figured that since the lion, this guy, was in the zone, for the most part, I was like, I need to challenge him. I'm only level 9. This is not enough. Things were looking pretty bad here. He almost killed me. I think he... Does he kill me? No. No. So I'm able to get him into the zone, which, you know, super lucky that he was around here. And that the zone was around here. So I got his ass. I think was this a revenge match? No, it wasn't. I never died to this guy. I got a maximum HP boost, which was actually great. I also forgot to use the Grace, so I had to do something really dumb here and run into the zone all the way to the Grace in order to level up. And then I can't use it. I don't know why. I think that because the zone was already closed in on the tree, so I just wasn't allowed to. So I had to go into whoever the hell I was fighting here as level 9, which, you know, is not ideal. is being level 9 for this, depending on who you face, awful. Absolutely awful. So, the game decides, to mess with me and make me face 3 bosses at once. Now, as a solo player, I know what you're thinking, what the hell? What am I supposed to do here? The really nice thing about solo play in here, and I think this is a recent-ish patch, like the day 1 patch, enemies don't aggro. Multiple enemies don't aggro you. So you see here, the tree sentinel is the only one focusing on me. The other guys are leaving me alone. So I thought things were going really easy. I had this guy at half health. He was sending his goons after me, but nothing bad really happens. And then he whacks me there, and then he whacks me again, and I'm dead. But hindsight is 2020. I bought that one item that resurrects you that I don't have the footage of me buying, but I used it. That one item. So I come back to life. 0 flask, by the way. I do a ultimate baseball swing on this guy, and I get him. Now I just need to deal with his goons. And it was pretty easy. Not really anything special. So I was pretty ecstatic at this point, I finally made it to the Night Lord, which took way longer than I thought it would, by the way. This was like a 2-hour play session, and it wasn't done yet. We aren't done yet. I killed that horse there because I needed the extra runes, same thing with that one dude. I thought every little bit would help, But finally here, finally, facing off against the first Night Lord. So this was going to be a super edited clip of me fighting the final boss, but I figured, that wouldn't be too satisfying. So I left this entire fight mostly intact. I just kind of cut around the beginning. But you can see here I'm tanking hits, but I'm still doing pretty okay. I actually stunned him there with my Wraith ability. Amazing ability. So I get him there, and then he locks into phase 2. Phase 2, when you're solo, is definitely really intimidating, because it's 3 enemies that are all aggro on you. It's not like the tree sentinels where the 2 others ignore you. No, these guys just all attack you. So at this point, I'm employing a few techniques. One of the main things is hugging a dog, staying as close to them as one as possible. And I don't know why, but the others seem to leave you alone when you do this. I think because of the way this From Software hitboxes work, they just can't reach you when you're inside. When you're inside, when you're in their legs, the classic move, like when you do with dragons. So you see here, I'm not really getting stressed out at all. I'm using my fist ability whenever I can, not so much to deal damage, although it is dealing a lot of damage, but it's mainly to negate damage. You see here, there you go. I beat them really quickly in their second phase. They're supposed to come back together after you deal enough damage, but they stayed in the trio for the rest of the fight. So I thought it was really impressive that I got them like that. But there we go. First Night Lord defeated. The only Night Lord, right? The game's done, right? How many is there? So this was my first video in a very long time. It's also my first video of this style. I've never really done this long form style before. Although I guess the video is not going to be too long. But I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out. No idea. If I get more than 3 views, then maybe I'll make another Nightreign video. I don't know. I think I would like to make more From Software videos. I don't really want to be a Souls-like niche YouTuber. But I'm definitely interested in doing quite a few videos on maybe just covering Dark Souls 1, 2, 3. I don't have a capture card, so I can't do any of the console games like Demon Souls or Bloodborne. But, I don't know. There's the new game coming out, Dusk Blood, on the Switch that I'm pretty interested in playing. Maybe I'll get a capture card just for that if this video picks up. I don't know. But I definitely have a few things I want to do. I'm thinking about doing some Minecraft videos, like 100 of the hardcore type stuff. Maybe. I don't know. It's not really my style. I don't like doing these super long form videos. They're a bit exhausting to edit. This one definitely took me a lot longer than I wanted, but you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. But hey, you know, subscribe, like, leave a comment, share with your friends, share on WeChat, share on Omegle, share on the Cheat Engine forums, you know, everything. But I'm Alan, and I'll see you in the next one.